In this video we are going to very quickly sharpen the image, since it will be the very last retouching adjustment, and starting from the next video we will take care of color and we will be creating this gel imitating lighting effect. So now let's focus on sharpening of our image. Let's close the luminosity folder, and that way, as you can see, we have things really tidy and organized. In order to sharpen the image, we will be working with filter, and first let's create a stamp of our layers. To create a stamp, select the very top either layer or folder. I don't know if you are following me and creating all these folders. You don't have to do this, you can keep just layers, but creating folders is a really good habit, and that's why you can see what you are doing. You can hide all the layers that were created before. If I had all these layers open, then my layers panel is getting long and it can be quite confusing. So I just prefer to have it that way. So select either the top folder or top layer, it doesn't matter, just select the top thing on your layers stack, and now hit Alt Shift Command E. That's the shortcut that is creating a stamp layer. Alt Shift Command E. So that way I have created stamp layer, and this layer, it contains all these adjustments. They are just within this one flat layer. I can still get back to the previous stages, to the previous folders, to the previous steps. Here I'm just performing sharpening. So having the stamp layer created, I'm just going to rename it to sharpen, so I will know what this layer is doing. Let's change the blend mode of this layer to overlay, and now let's move over to the Photoshop menu bar. Let's select filter, other, and high pass. So having the high pass filter selected, we will be getting pop-up window, and here, in case of quite subtle portrait like that, we are going to be working with really low radius values. Let's have a look at the image at 100% magnification. So I am hitting Alt Command 0 on my keyboard, Alt Command 0. That's the way that you should be looking at your image when you are working specifically on sharpening, since it doesn't really make sense to sharpen the image if you are looking at really small thumbnail. So having the image at 100%, I hit Alt Command 0. We can adjust the radius. If we move the slider all the way to the left hand side, the sharpening is not visible. We have the value only at 0.1. By pushing the slider towards the right hand side, the sharpening is more and more visible. I don't want to go too far, since with a feminine portrait it's not going to give us flattering results. So I'm just going to stick with the value around maybe 1.3, 1.2. That way we have the image sharpened, but without overdoing this. Let's confirm OK. So that way, in a few seconds, we have applied sharpening to our image. With the sharpening step, we have finished retouching stage of this image. Let's have a look at the initial stage and what we have achieved after applying cleanup, dodge and burn, luminosity adjustments, and sharpening. So at this point we have our image ready for color adjustments. Starting with the next clip, we will take care of color. So see you in the next clip.